Every once in a while, something rolls onto the road that completely rewrites what people expect from a vehicle, not because it simply looks different, but because it challenges the entire idea of what form and function should mean in motion. When a machine turns from concept to controversy and then finally to reality, that is when the story gets interesting. For years, it was the subject of memes, predictions, and endless speculation. Now, it is here, heavy, angular, and unapologetically bold. The question is no longer whether it will exist, but whether it can deliver on the massive promises that shaped its legend. In this story, we are going deep into how it was conceived, why it took so long to arrive, and what it reveals about the future of automotive design, production, and identity. Buckle up, because this is not just a new model on the market, it is a statement rolling through American streets, polarizing everyone who sees it. Like and subscribe if you enjoy deep dives into machines that redefine categories, and comment which model you want to see covered next. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024 represents one of the boldest experiments in modern automotive history, not just because of how it looks, but because of what it tries to accomplish. When the design first appeared, people laughed, debated, and argued about whether it was real. Years passed, deadlines slipped, and prototypes came and went, but now the production version of the Tesla Cybertruck 2024 stands as proof that a radical idea can survive a turbulent road to reality. To understand it, we have to rewind to how this vision started and why Tesla believed it was worth pursuing in the first place. Elon Musk often described the Cybertruck as an armored personnel carrier for the road, built for people tired of sameness in automotive design. That pitch resonated with an audience that saw trucks becoming more luxurious but less revolutionary. The Cybertruck 2024 was Tesla's response, a challenge to the familiar silhouettes of traditional pickups, an attempt to make something that felt futuristic yet functional. From the moment it was unveiled, its shape was both its greatest strength and its most controversial trait. The stainless steel body panels formed sharp geometric planes that rejected the curves dominating automotive aesthetics. Instead of painting the body, Tesla left it raw, unfinished metal, a decision driven by durability and efficiency. It was meant to last decades without corrosion or fading. But stainless steel brought its own problems. It is difficult to stamp, even harder to weld, and nearly impossible to repair cleanly. Tesla engineers had to reinvent manufacturing processes to make it work at scale. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024 uses an exoskeleton instead of a traditional frame, meaning the outer panels provide structural rigidity. That is both brilliant and risky. It reduces parts count and weight but demands absolute precision in assembly. If one panel is off by a few millimeters, it can compromise alignment throughout the vehicle. Early reports from Tesla's Gigafactory in Texas revealed how much of a challenge this design posed. Specialized presses had to be designed just to shape the panels without warping them. Even the robots had to be recalibrated for the material's stiffness. Each step added cost and complexity, delaying production timelines again and again. Still, Tesla persisted, arguing that this investment would pay off in the long term. Underneath the skin, the Tesla Cybertruck 2024 shares DNA with Tesla's latest generation of EV architecture. The 4680 battery cells promised higher energy density, faster charging, and improved range compared to earlier Tesla models. The result was a vehicle capable of traveling over 300 miles on a single charge, depending on configuration. Performance was equally impressive. The tri-motor version could accelerate from 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, numbers unheard of for a pickup. But numbers only tell part of the story. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024 had to prove itself not just on the track but on worksites, trails, and highways where trucks earn their reputation. Tesla wanted to merge luxury EV dynamics with the capability of a rugged utility vehicle. It offered adaptive air suspension that could raise or lower the ride height by several inches, four-wheel steering for tighter turns, and a vault-style bed with a motorized cover. These features were meant to redefine practicality, but they also raised questions about durability in harsh environments. Would that motorized cover jam with dust and snow? Would those sensors handle mud and debris? Owners would soon find out. Inside, the Tesla Cybertruck 2024 followed Tesla's minimalist tradition, a clean cabin dominated by a single touchscreen, steering yoke, and a vast windshield that made the cabin feel open yet exposed. Some drivers loved the simplicity, others missed physical controls. The interior reflected Tesla's software-first approach, where over-the-air updates could reshape how systems worked. It turned every Cybertruck into a platform that could evolve long after purchase. The software integration also connected deeply with Tesla's autonomous ambitions. The Cybertruck 2024 supports the company's full self-driving suite, although its performance depends on software maturity and regulation. Tesla's bet is that autonomy will one day justify the vehicle's price tag, making it not just a truck but a tool that can drive itself to the job site. Yet, even with all these futuristic promises, the Cybertruck 2024 faced real-world skepticism. Traditional truck owners questioned whether a stainless steel electric pickup could handle towing, payloads, and repairs as easily as conventional models. They wondered about insurance costs, bodywork expenses, and the practicality of charging heavy loads in remote areas. Tesla countered with demonstrations of towing trailers, hauling equipment, and traversing rocky terrain. The company wanted to show that the Cybertruck was not just an urban toy but a genuine workhorse. In many ways, this was a cultural experiment as much as a technological one. The Cybertruck 2024 tried to appeal to two audiences that rarely intersect: tech enthusiasts and truck loyalists. The first group admired innovation, the second valued tradition. Bridging that gap required Tesla to rethink what toughness meant in the electric age. Durability could not rely solely on loud engines or chrome grills. It had to be proven through torque, software precision, and material science. The gamble was enormous, but so was the potential reward. If Tesla could convince even a fraction of traditional truck buyers, it would open a massive market for electric vehicles. If it failed, it could become an expensive lesson in overreach. As deliveries began, early impressions revealed both triumphs and flaws. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024 impressed with its instant torque, whisper-quiet ride, and futuristic interface. However, some owners reported panel misalignments, software glitches, and reflective glare from that massive windshield. These were reminders of Tesla's long-standing growing pains, where innovation sometimes outran refinement. Still, the fact that the Cybertruck 2024 existed at all was a victory of persistence. It represented Tesla's refusal to compromise on vision, even when that meant enduring public skepticism and logistical chaos. The model was never meant to blend in, it was meant to provoke discussion, to force an industry to reconsider its assumptions. That purpose was already being fulfilled. Competitors were reacting. Another manufacturer accelerated plans for an electric truck. Others began experimenting with unconventional materials or design philosophies. The ripple effect of one stainless steel pickup extended far beyond its sales figures. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024 had ignited a design rebellion, and the industry was watching. As the months went on, owners began modifying and personalizing their trucks. Some polished the steel to mirror shine, others wrapped it in colors, creating surreal contrasts of retrofuturism. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024 has now left the realm of imagination and entered everyday reality. This is where the fantasy meets friction. After months on the road, real owners and real conditions have begun to define what this machine truly is. The initial excitement surrounding the Tesla Cybertruck 2024 gave way to the grind of ownership, revealing both the brilliance and the flaws baked into its bold design. When you strip away the spectacle of the launch, you find a story about the limits of innovation, how far a company can push before engineering and practicality start to collide. This vehicle was never meant to fit into a normal category. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024 was marketed as a utility tool, a luxury machine, and a futuristic symbol all at once. That identity created high expectations. Owners expected a truck that could pull like a diesel, handle like a sports car, and survive decades without wear. Tesla encouraged those beliefs, showing the Cybertruck hauling heavy trailers, crossing water, and sprinting past performance cars. The early test data confirmed that some of these claims were valid. The tri-motor version delivered immense torque and acceleration. The suspension adjusted seamlessly between street comfort and off-road stance. The stainless steel body resisted small dents and road debris as intended. Yet those same qualities brought new compromises. The truck's mass, combined with its structural design, made low-speed maneuvering and parking a learning curve. Drivers noticed how the sharp hood line and tall panels limited front visibility. While the four-wheel steering helped, it required constant driver awareness in tight spaces. On job sites, the Tesla Cybertruck 2024's futuristic design turned heads but also raised eyebrows. Contractors wondered whether that glossy screen could handle the dust and gloves of real work. Tesla provided accessory systems and software modes to help adapt, but the question remained, could an electric truck that looked like a movie prop truly replace decades of mechanical tradition? The answer depended on how one defined performance. In towing tests, the Cybertruck handled medium loads efficiently, torque came instantly, and the truck maintained stability even on inclines. However, range dropped significantly with heavy trailers, echoing a common limitation among electric trucks. Charging infrastructure became a crucial part of the ownership experience. Tesla's supercharger network provided wide coverage, but towing long distances required planning. Tesla began promoting new charging strategies, including solar-powered accessory kits and route optimization software. It was a glimpse into how the company viewed mobility not as an individual act, but as an ecosystem. Inside the Tesla Cybertruck 2024, software updates began refining features monthly. Owners received improved range estimates, smarter traction control, and even interface redesigns. This constant evolution blurred the line between product and platform. The truck was no longer static, it was a living machine evolving through code. Still, software could not fix everything. Some users reported quirks in build quality, uneven gaps, misaligned panels, and inconsistent trim. These were familiar issues for Tesla, especially in early production phases. Critics pointed to them as evidence that the Cybertruck 2024, for all its ambition, still carried the marks of a company learning as it scaled up. Others dismissed these issues as teething pains in an otherwise groundbreaking project. Beyond the physical, there was the question of perception. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024 became a cultural mirror, reflecting how people view progress. To fans, it represented bold defiance against conventional design. To detractors, it symbolized arrogance and impracticality. That division was precisely what made it fascinating. A truck had become a philosophical argument on wheels. Should form follow function, or should function redefine form? The exoskeleton concept remained central to that debate. Traditional vehicles rely on a frame to absorb impacts. The Cybertruck used its exterior shell as both armor and structure. Engineers praised the efficiency of this approach but acknowledged trade-offs. Repairs required special tools and expertise. Even minor dents could become complex fixes. Tesla's solution was modularity. Panels could theoretically be swapped out more easily than repaired. That idea worked well in theory, but the real challenge was maintaining cost and accessibility. Insurance companies took notice. Rates for the Tesla Cybertruck 2024 initially varied widely due to uncertainty about parts availability and repair times. Over time, as Tesla expanded service centers and refined repair protocols, those numbers began to stabilize. Yet the episode underscored how a single innovation can ripple through the entire ecosystem, from suppliers to insurers to regulators. The safety story was equally layered. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024's design made it extremely rigid, which improved occupant safety but raised questions about pedestrian impact mitigation. Tesla added crumple zones and energy-absorbing structures beneath the exterior panels to balance protection with compliance. Regulatory agencies closely monitored how this unconventional structure performed in controlled tests. The results were promising but nuanced. It excelled in some areas, required refinement in others. Every test fed into software updates and design tweaks, demonstrating how real-time feedback had become part of Tesla's engineering DNA. Then came the environmental angle. The stainless steel construction had pros and cons. On one hand, it reduced the need for paint and could last for decades, minimizing waste. On the other, steel production is energy-intensive, and repair or recycling posed logistical questions. Tesla positioned the Cybertruck 2024 as a long-term sustainability play, arguing that durability itself was a form of environmental efficiency. If a truck could last twice as long with minimal maintenance, that longevity could offset its initial footprint. This argument resonated with some environmental analysts, but not all. Critics argued that the vehicle's size and energy consumption contradicted the ethos of sustainability. Tesla's answer was that electrification was not about shrinking ambition but transforming it. By proving that a massive, capable truck could operate without fossil fuels, the company sought to reframe what sustainability looked like for utility vehicles. Meanwhile, the cultural impact of the Tesla Cybertruck 2024 continued to expand. It appeared in video games, movies, and advertisements. Its silhouette became instantly recognizable. Owners formed communities dedicated to customization, camping setups, and overlanding modifications. The Cybertruck had become a lifestyle symbol as much as a machine. Whether people admired or mocked it, they engaged with it, and that engagement fueled Tesla's marketing cycle without a single paid ad. Every viral clip, every photo of a polished steel truck in sunlight, reinforced the aura of a vehicle that refused to blend in. Economically, the model's significance ran deeper than its price tag. The Cybertruck required Tesla to reinvent parts of its supply chain. New stamping equipment, battery modules, and quality control procedures represented massive capital investment. The Gigafactory Texas became a case study in adapting production to unconventional materials. These lessons would influence future Tesla vehicles, even those that returned to more conventional designs. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV now faces the most critical part of its journey, proving that ambition and execution can align in the real world. A truck can carry impressive numbers on paper, but what truly matters is how it performs under pressure, in weather, on job sites, and in the hands of ordinary owners. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV must convince skeptics that electrification enhances durability rather than dilutes it. As the first production units reach customers, early impressions highlight refinement and consistency. Drivers report acceleration that feels immediate but controlled, a quiet cabin that rivals luxury sedans, and a sense of stability under load that reflects careful chassis tuning. The REV's suspension, with its adaptive air system, smooths out rough roads even with a trailer attached. This calm precision transforms how a truck feels during long hauls, replacing vibration and noise with effortless composure. It also underlines a central theme: technology serving practicality. For commercial operators, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV introduces a new kind of cost efficiency. Electricity remains cheaper per mile than gasoline or diesel in most regions, and fewer moving parts mean lower maintenance over time. Fleet managers evaluating total ownership cost see significant long-term benefits, especially when factoring in tax incentives and reduced downtime. However, real success depends on how well the truck fits into daily workflow. Charging infrastructure must match operational rhythms, and early adopters will test those limits. Ram's investment in connected fleet management tools allows operators to plan routes, monitor energy use, and locate charging stations seamlessly, helping offset early logistical challenges. For private owners, the experience feels less like adapting to a new category and more like discovering a familiar tool with new capabilities. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV's interior comfort and connected technology appeal to lifestyle buyers who use trucks for both work and recreation. The cabin becomes a quiet workspace during the week and a family hub on weekends, supported by wireless charging pads, multiple USB ports, and built-in Wi-Fi. The shift from mechanical noise to near silence encourages conversation, relaxation, and focus, redefining what long drives can feel like. These practical advantages reveal why electric trucks could gradually dominate the segment. Yet the 2025 Ram 1500 REV must also navigate emotional expectations. Many owners equate the sound and feel of combustion engines with authenticity. Ram addresses this by emphasizing the tangible power of instant torque. The first-time drivers experience full acceleration from a standstill. They understand strength no longer needs to shout. The sensation of smooth, endless pull becomes its own form of satisfaction, delivering power that feels modern yet primal. Long-term ownership introduces another layer of the story: sustainability. The automaker plans to integrate end-of-life battery recovery programs, ensuring the materials powering the 2025 Ram 1500 REV can re-enter production cycles. This initiative reduces waste and aligns with a global shift towards circular manufacturing. For consumers, this represents responsibility paired with performance, turning environmental awareness into a badge of smart ownership rather than sacrifice. The truck's impact extends beyond individuals to entire communities. Electric trucks like the 2025 Ram 1500 REV encourage charging installations in rural and industrial areas where infrastructure growth has lagged. Each new charger supports not only pickups but also other electric vehicles, accelerating adoption across categories. The REV thus acts as both product and catalyst, drawing investment and innovation wherever it sells. Its presence in the marketplace also reshapes competition. Rivals must respond by improving their range, charging speed, and utility, creating a cycle of rapid advancement that benefits consumers. While early electric trucks introduced the concept, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV demonstrates how refinement, range, and usability can coexist. This maturation phase defines the next chapter of electric mobility: less experimentation, more execution. Public perception follows performance. As test results, towing demonstrations, and owner testimonials spread, confidence in electric capability strengthens. The 2025 Ram 1500 REV becomes a case study in how engineering credibility can shift attitudes faster than marketing ever could. It shows that when technology meets genuine utility, skepticism fades. Every mile driven without compromise becomes quiet proof that the future has arrived. The truck's cultural footprint also grows. In neighborhoods, construction sites, and highways, its presence normalizes electric power where diesel once ruled. Children who see it charging overnight may grow up viewing electricity as the natural energy for trucks. That generational shift could redefine consumer expectations permanently. For enthusiasts, the REV introduces new possibilities for tuning and software customization. While traditional modifications involved mechanical changes, this new era focuses on software maps, range optimization, and data-driven performance. The customization culture adapts, ensuring that individuality remains part of truck ownership even in the electric age. As production ramps up, challenges remain. Battery material sourcing, dealer training, and energy grid coordination all require constant refinement. Yet each solved problem strengthens the ecosystem supporting vehicles like the 2025 Ram 1500 REV. The model's real legacy might not be a single specification but the network of solutions it inspires. It represents a collaboration between technology, infrastructure, and consumer trust. The outcome will determine how quickly electric mobility becomes mainstream. Looking ahead, the 2025 Ram 1500 REV stands as a symbol of balance, muscle and mindfulness, tradition and innovation, capability and conscience. Its story is about evolution rather than revolution. It proves that progress does not have to erase identity, it can build upon it. The closing chapter reflects on what this means for both industry and culture, and how this single model could shape the next decade of transportation in America. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024 closes its first chapter as one of the most daring entries in automotive history, a truck that began as a joke to some, a promise to others, and a revelation to everyone who witnessed it roll into reality. Its story is not just about design or technology, but about what happens when an idea refuses to conform. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024 forced people to question what a truck should look like, how it should perform, and why it should exist at all. That, in itself, is an achievement few vehicles can claim. Over the course of this journey, we have seen how its stainless steel shell became both armor and identity, how its electric powertrain redefined the meaning of torque and silence, and how its arrival reshaped conversations about manufacturing, sustainability, and consumer expectation. The Cybertruck 2024 is not perfect, but it is powerful in its imperfection. Every misaligned panel, every software glitch, every late delivery tells the same story, that progress is rarely smooth. Yet those flaws are part of the fascination. The Tesla Cybertruck 2024 symbolizes a shift from imitation to experimentation, from designing for approval to designing for impact. Its influence reaches far beyond its buyers. Cities adjust infrastructure to accommodate charging, engineers rethink materials, even competitors borrow cues from its playbook. Whether people love it or hate it, they respond to it, and in that response lies the measure of its success. The truck may never outsell traditional models, but it does not have to. Its purpose is larger than market share. It exists to show that automotive evolution is still alive, that risk is still rewarded, and that vision still matters. Years from now, the Tesla Cybertruck 2024 will likely stand as a cultural timestamp, marking the moment when the future stopped being a sketch and became something you could actually drive. It bridges the space between science fiction and suburban driveways, between skepticism and belief. It challenges everyone, engineers, designers, and drivers alike, to imagine what comes next. The world of transportation will keep moving, but the shockwave from this machine will linger. It proves that progress is not about perfection, it is about persistence. And that is the enduring legacy of the Tesla Cybertruck 2024, a bold reminder that the road ahead belongs to those willing to build it themselves.